So as early as possible. One of the first things is, I've got my boxing gloves on, if Adam tries to grab my head for a Thai clinch, I try and intersect him. So I either try and go inside and get a dominant clinch myself with the knee, or if he's reaching this side, I'll go with that hand. This side, yeah. I'll try and parry him off, grab hold of his head. I don't really let people, grab me in the head, don't really let people this side grab hold of my head. If he reaches from far away, I'm like, no, and I stop them and I get the inside line. So the first thing you want to do is not let them grab your head, just like with a punch. You don't let them hit you with the punch. If you see it coming early enough, you move away, right? If he does start grabbing hold of my head, I want to stop his other hand from grabbing me, because one hand is a hell of a lot easier to deal with than two hands. Once he gets one hand on, if I can stop this hand, now he's going to have to move his hand to get hold of my head, which will give me a split second. So if he grabs with his right, for example, I'm going to check his left. He's going to have to move that now because he can't come forward, and that just gives me that little opportunity to bob and weave. You've got to time it right, obviously. If I bob and weave as he's kneeing, you eat a knee. So as he grabs, I check, and I just kind of move myself offline so I can start striking again. So first thing is he tries to grab my head. I go, no, grab my head, no, grab my head, no. I just stop him, and then I get inside line, dominant line, if I can. So if he's reaching wide especially, that's your opportunity to get in quickly. If he does get over my head with one hand, I want to stop the other hand. And then usually I like to bob and weave off that, but there's other options you can do. If he gets one hand on, I can shuck it off by turning my shoulders like this. The problem is for MMA and such like, shucking rotates your hips and stops you being able to support. So if Adam grabs me with the right hand, and I do this kind of shuck, you see he can be in on that leg. So it might not be as safe. You want to keep your hips square. He grabs my head, I control. I can just use my hand to push his elbow back towards him and away. Or I can bob and weave out, just nice and low. I don't want to bob and weave low, because he's fast, he'll knee me in the face. I want to bob and weave up here so that I'm still in control. Sometimes when you get that, he grabs, I can stop his together like this. This is a classic Thai clinch technique where I've got the left hand on his neck, and the right hand stuffing his elbow in. I'm not going to hold him here forever, but I've got one beautiful curved knee to his ribs here, or to his thigh here, or to his kidney here, before he gets out, or sometimes two or three. So he grabs me, I stop and I roll and I step in and I make it all together nice and tight. And then I can knee. This also leads into a load of throwing that we'll get into later. If he gets both hands on my head, and his elbows are not on my chest, I'm going in on him. So, remember we want to put our elbows on the chest. If his hands are not on my chest, or they're a little bit down, I'm just going to pop one shoulder down, and then I'm going to step in and grab hold of his hips. That allows me to step to his side and dump him. It allows me to trip him down, which is illegal in Thai boxing, but legal in MMA. So, he's got my head, but his elbows are not in good position, maybe because he's tired or maybe because he's not thinking. So I slip a shoulder, it's called. My left shoulder dips, then I step in and grab his hips. I want to keep my head underneath his if I can and tip him backwards. This used to be legal in Thai boxing, it's not anymore, when you crack him down like that. So, on this side, Adam's got my head, but his elbows are not in good position. He's not really pulling down on my head. So my left shoulder dips. I've got a cheeky elbow here, for Anderson Silva. Reach in, grab hold of the hips. Trip. Dump him down, but by putting my body against his body, he can't knee me as well, knee me. He definitely can't do straight knees because he can't knee me in the groin. So if he tries to straight knee me, I just stay. And people think it's a bit uncomfortable, but you literally have to be body to body, hip to hip, so when he knees me, there's no space. So then he has to move to curved knees, which allows me to turn him, catch him through. Because the curved knee is much easier to catch and allows you to go into all sorts of sweeping techniques, especially for MMA. You can't do that throw either. In Thai boxing, you're not allowed to reap. You have to kick to sweep. Just particular rules for Thai boxing.